Okay, so welcome everybody. It's Julian McNally from Active Living here in Melbourne, and I'm talking with Julie Grove, who's in Sydney. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julian.
And Julie's going to be working with myself and Matthew Smout and Rachel Collis in a few weeks' time for the ACT Sydney Skills Intensive.
Yeah.
And I saw in the discussions we've been having, Julie, you're planning to present on process-based therapy.
Yeah, that's right.
So why? Like, what's the big draw card there?
So for me, process-based therapy is a way of deepening our ACT work. I work with a lot of ACT, of people who are doing ACT and who are really skilled in knowing the interventions, knowing the processes, having this incredible adherence to the model. And yet what process-based therapy gives us is this way of understanding overarching and ongoing processes that are going on for the client, but also between us in the room, and that will serve the client going forward so that we can actually deepen the work that we're doing with the 6 core processes of ACT.
Okay. So, Julie, what are you looking forward to about this workshop?
So I think any time that the CBS community comes together is really special. So just having 2 days to be in that conversation and learn from each other and the participants is just really exciting, and that's what I'm interested in those 2 days. I also think it's just this opportunity for the 4 of us to offer different perspectives on ACT, for the folks in the room to be able to see how we use this work every day in our roles is just really valuable. And I think it'll be fun. I think we'll have a lot as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so why do you think practitioners should come to this workshop as opposed to other ACT trainings that are available?
So I think what will end up happening in these 2 days is that it will almost be like an extensive supervision session where folks can really get deeper into the work, can ask lots of questions, can learn off each other, can bring case studies, things that they're struggling with. I also think that we'll need to bring a lot of willingness. I think some of the stuff that we'll be doing will ask them to be open, willing, engaged, to really explore what they're bringing as therapists to the ACT work as well, not just adherence to a model.
Yeah, I like that idea of it being almost like an extended supervision. And in fact, I think in my discussion with Matt, we touched on that people are coming in getting 4 of the most experienced ACT practitioners. Not so much, trainers. We've all got different levels of training experience, but it's kind of like we do this stuff day to day.
We do it every day.
Dozens of people every week or month. So
yeah, totally. And I think also, it's different. It's different going to an ACT training and learning about the model and there are some amazing ACT trainers in the world when you go to conferences or the folks that come out here. But going back to your therapy room and trying it out and being clunky and awkward and having varying success is a really different kettle of fish. And I think for us to be able to talk about what it's really like to do ACT work, for us as well, like what's it like for us to be ACT therapists? What does that require of us? That's kind of different, I think, as well.
Yeah.
That'll be a nice opportunity to talk about that.
Yeah, that's what you were just saying about the feeling clunky when you go back and try this out. I mean, I've kind of asked the other 2 about how do you kind of come away from a workshop, really excited about what you've learned.
Yeah.
But then, Monday morning you've got to put it into practice. How do you then continue to grow? I don't know if you've thought about that or. if that's something you plan to address in the segment you'll be doing. I think all of us will.
Yeah.
Be, but, yeah.
I think all of us will be. I also think there might be some opportunity over the 2 days to form networks that will be able to go beyond the 2 days. Because I think the way to embed this stuff in your practice, to try things out, to get support, is to be surrounded by other people who you're willing to kind of fail in front of or share stuff in front of. So if we can create some kind of ongoing network for folks, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, that's something that, like, I wouldn't be where I am as an ACT practitioner without the peer supervision group that Russ Harris helped me start down here many years ago. But there's other groups like that setting up.
Yeah, it's so critical. Yeah.
Hey, another thing I wanted to ask. I mean, the whole process-based therapy things come from Hayes, right? And I find there's a tendency with Steve's stuff for it to be, how can we say, sort of wordy, very heady, theory-oriented, which is great. Like, we all acknowledge that's necessary. But I guess I want to know to what extent what you're presenting will be theory versus practice.
Right. So you're right. Steve Hayes is talking a lot about process-based therapy at the moment, and Robin Walser is as well. She's just brought out a very beautiful new book. Fact. So my session's going to be very experiential. I mean, one of the things that I think I notice with people that I supervise is we mostly follow a trajectory on how we learn ACT. So we go to a few workshops, we read some books, we get really clear about the model. Kirk Strozel tells us to get 3 interventions around each of the 6 core processes to develop our toolkit. And so, we might learn some RFT and some analysis and that, and we get really good at the model. And for me, process-based therapy is a way of listening and hearing beyond the content, not only of what a client's saying to us, but also of the model. So, we get to look at what the function of behavior is in each moment that we're engaging with the client. And this is where it really overlaps beautifully with the FAP stuff that Rachel.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
So we start to slice up our sessions really finely and not kind of go over the top of a client with content. We hold content, but we hold process the whole time. What is it that's going on between me and the client in this moment? How is what I'm doing shaping what the client's doing? What from their learning history are they bringing into this moment? And what can we do almost irreverently? How can we break the rule of therapy sometimes, break the rule of social convention and talk the process in the room rather than respond in a very mindy way that's content? Yeah. And so we can, when we're doing ACT, we can bring in a whole lot of processes and interventions, and that's not wrong. But to deepen that ACT work, we'd be looking at the intrapersonal aspects, what's going on for me as a therapist, the interpersonal aspects, what's happening between me and the client in time, and also this overarching and ongoing process. What is this client bringing from their learning history? What's happening right now in the room? Is that getting enacted out? And what does that mean for the future? So for me, it deepens what's going on. It's a way of Robin Walser talks about using your heart and your feet. So it's really about listening with a heartfelt sense of being a therapist.
Yeah. Gee, that sounds beautiful. I'm really looking forward to this.
I think it'll be loads of fun, and I think it'll be one of the things that I also want to think about or talk with folks about is how much do we have to do the work in order to be masterful ACT therapists? Because being a therapist is certainly not, there's nowhere to get to, right? Like, this is one of the things, people will come to me and go, oh, I've got it now. It's like, no, we never get it. It's this ongoing process. The work's never done, which is kind of exciting to me, actually. So we got lost, didn't we?
Yeah.
Got cut off.
You were saying the work is never done.
The work is never done. Yeah. And how much of the work do we have to do to be competent ACT therapists as well?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ACT stance is not about I'm doing therapy to you, but we are here together in this conversation on this journey. So that requires something different from me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to this now.
Oh, good. I think it'll be fun. Yeah.
Hey, just before I wind up, Julie, I've sort of put on the bottom of the other videos with Matt and Rachel their websites. So your website is juliegrovespsychology.com?
Psychology.com. Yep. Right.
Okay. Any goodies on there for the viewers, like they can go to right now?
No, but we can put something up there. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I think,
okay.
And also I imagine we'll put a lot of stuff up on the ANZ ACBS
Yeah.
website. You know, post workshops, some handouts, some ideas, some practices, that kind of thing. Lots of goodies for folks.
Yeah, that'll be great. Okay. Well, thank you very much for taking the time today, and I'm really looking forward to catching up with you in February.
It'll be great. We'll have, I think this workshop will be unique, and it will, you know, the four of us working together, I think, you know, we've all been around the work a long time as well, but we have this very beautiful, unique perspective on how we do the work. And I think that'll be really valuable for folks.
Yeah, okay. Let's bring that.
Yeah, yay.
Okay. Thanks again, Julie.
See you later.
I'm not going to hang up. I'll just stop the recording.
Oh, good.